Bleeking taking the first win. Needs only one more to stay in the game, to go on to the next round. Zyklon needs to win this or he will be knocked out.
Well, I think we're going to see it this time. He thought about it last game. He thought about it long and hard. He had that probe there. He made the pylon, but he didn't make the Stargate. We'll see. We'll see if he busts it out this time.
Oh, looks like...
Oh, looks like we need a remake. Good game. Well played.
That was the fastest game we've had all night. Alright. I wonder why it turned him to Terran.
Well, in an ideal world, we'd all play Terran, and it would be nothing but tank lines versus tank lines, Vikings blocking out the sun.
My banelings will explode in the shade. Alright, now we're going to start this game again.
Alright, here we go.
Yeah, I really think we're going to see Void Rays come out this game. However, will Bleeking be expecting that now that Zyklon is down a match?
Yeah, he's on the ropes. I bet you. He was looking for it last game. He was trying to scout out the proxy. We'll see if he invests a little more into that this time. He only scouted in his natural for any proxy factory or some crazy cheese like that. We'll see if he scouts all the locations now. There's a lot of places to hide it.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, I would even, right in the middle bottom base is where I would hide it. You can't walk there unless you go through the middle and down. It's blocked by rocks on both the bottom bridges. That's a great place for an air tech structure.
What is interesting about these rocks, though, is you can slip one unit through the side of these rocks. The pathway isn't completely blocked off.
At the bottom bridges?
Yeah.
Oh, that is interesting. And you know what? Knowing the guy who made this map, that's probably intentional, too. If you want to take a very quick, aggressive map control base. There's a lot of things you can do. That's what I really like about this map. There's a lot of different places you can go.
Alright, so this is the second game.
Second game.
We have Zyklon sitting in the bottom left-hand corner as Protoss. And in the bottom right-hand corner, we have Bleeking.
I don't know, is it Bleeking or is it Bleeking? We'll have to ask him after.
Yeah, we will. Putting that supply depot right in his base. Or right next to his Vespene geyser.
Yeah, again, opting for the safer barracks placement. If you're really a stickler for efficiency, placing the barracks closer also allows you a few extra trips of minerals with the building SCV beforehand. Can lead to a very small advantage if you do lots of little saving tricks like that, like building things closer, not cutting any SCVs. You can build up a couple Marines difference in the early to mid game. And sometimes that little economic difference, that little efficiency difference, that can be what tips the scales.
Oh yeah, just all the little things add up to be a big thing in the end.
Oh, and he's doing it. Here we go, the exact same spot. I feel like he's practiced this and not told me. I've been on a lost streak, I just don't know what to do anymore. But this seems very planned. I feel like he must have secretly prepared this for the tournament.
Yeah, this definitely looks planned. This is the third time we've seen him, have the probe in the area.
And again, the SCV scouting. I mean, he's still suspecting this. He's looking for it.
Needs to scout out a little bit farther, though. More than just the natural. But now he does have a Reaper that will help him scout out.
Yeah, heading directly for the Protoss base. No time wasted.
Yeah. He's not going to... All that's here is the 2 gates. could probably be expecting some early aggression, possibly.
Yeah, it's probably fairly reasonable to assume. He was the aggressor last game with the proxy, well, not proxy, but the immortal drop. So role reversal. Although it's only one barracks, one factory. He got the early command center, so perhaps he should be the one putting on pressure with 2 gates.
Oh yeah, and they Zyklon throws down another gateway here. Got so total of 3, while 1 building.
Now, did he look at his vision? Did he see that other gate? He did see that other gate go down, so he knows that something's up. Yeah, we got the proxy pylon started.
I'm interested. Are we gonna see? What are we gonna see follow up after these 3 gates? Is he gonna throw down a 4th one or a robotics facility?
Well, I mean, I think he knows his downfall in the last game was he expanded too much and didn't tech. I think that's pretty clear. So hopefully we'll see him bringing out the splash damage. I would love to see an early storm, although that's not as viable anymore. I just die to them. So that's why I like to see it happen to somebody else.
That Marine did end up spotting this pylon up here, but
Yeah,
Zyklon pulls back and puts another pylon down.
And he's ready. He's ready. He's got 2 bunkers at his expansion here. He's got a mine in front. He's saying, come at me, bro. I'm not afraid.
2 stalkers going across the map.
Well, the warping comes anyways. 3 stalkers joining up with the other 2 walking across the map. We'll see what he can get done. He's going to walk right into this mine, though. That's not a good start.
One stalker goes down.
The shields on the other. He needs to circumvent these bunkers.
Oh, I think another one's hit. It did not go off.
Yeah, now this is a tough spot for Terran, because you can't engage these stalkers with the Marine. You'll die. You'll lose all the Marines. And then you probably lose the game. Unless he doesn't pay attention and loses the stalkers, focus firing. Yeah, now there we go. Now he's back.
Marines need to pull back, get into that range of the
Oh, and he didn't see the mine burrow. Oh no.
Oh, and it gets off. One of those stalkers so close to dead.
The other mine almost hits. Yeah, he's got a probe in the base. Going to put down a pylon really close, I'm hoping. Stalkers are trying to distract those Marines while he does so. He's even got the mothership core here, but it's not doing anything. Zyklon has put down an expansion, though, so that means he's not hoping to continue with this pressure, although he does put down the proxy Stargate at 8 minutes across the map. An interesting decision with mines on the field and Marines.
Ooh. I wonder how those Void Rays... I wonder, is he going to go with Void Rays then, even though...
I think he has to, at this point. I think it's too late for Oracles. I mean, a mine will one-shot an Oracle, but it takes 2 mines to kill a Void Ray.
Ah, okay.
That's what I would do.
Be cool to see some Tempests come out.
Proxy Tempest is a scary thing. I have seen it before. I have died to it before.
Ooh. At first, I didn't think they were that great, but when you get beaten by them, it changes your mind.
It really makes you feel down in the dumps. The Proxy Tempest. That happened in one of our practice matches, and he even told me he was going to do it. I didn't believe him. I died.
Oh, jeez.
So we got pretty standard stuff, pretty standard follow-up to a 2 base from Terran. He's just getting his production going. Does he have Stim research? Stim not started. Although he is adding a 2nd starport extremely early. Is he going to go for the very rare air Terran? That would be very fun to see.
He is getting Banshee and Cloak for those Banshees. Void Ray finally starting up on the Stargate.
And Raven following this up. I think we're going to see it. This is a pleasure to see. I love this style. You can look at someone like Katrak, who plays this all the time. Ruff does it occasionally. It's very hard to execute. You need good micro, because Banshees have high DPS, but they're very fragile. And Stalkers can, once you get enough number, you just one-shot them. You can't get away. So...
he only has 4 Stalkers right now. And 1 Void Ray.
And is he going to continue producing them? That's the $1 million question here.
Banshee over here doing some harass on the gas. Ha.
Oh, and he does have Cloak. Cloak is
and
finished. This
chooses
is not
Cloak.
good. Robotics facility is nowhere near finished. This Banshee is going to have free reign. He needs to run his probes. He needs to run them away until that's finished.
Yeah, there's just getting so many free kills.
I
Already
think
up
he
to
feels like
10
there's
kills.
nothing he can do. I think
11.
he's going to go in. Oh, finally he runs them away. Start the Observer.
Observer is still not being started. There we go.
Got a cannon. Started at his other base, so that's good. And the Cloak is almost out of energy. So he wisely retreats the Banshee out. And at this point, I'd say Terran has a pretty solid lead. He's followed up with a couple extra Banshees at home. He's got a Raven in case of a surprise DT attack. He's got a tank, bunkers, mines. He's sitting pretty.
He is content to sit in his base right now. Telling him to, come at me.
Well, and see, I think this is where the recent Widowmine buff really shines. If he pushes up this ramp, he loses every dollar. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They will just falter. Oh, wow, and how did he outrange that line? That's very surprising.
Several stalkers taken out from those two.
But he has no anti-air. This is easily cleaned up. He's going to lose the tank, and that's it. He has no anti-air. Doesn't matter.
Are falling pretty dang quick to those Banshees. 4 Banshees? That's a lot of damage. But now there's no anti-air for the Void Rays.
Oh, he can't afford to lose these, though. This is his trump card right now. He needs to be pumping out more Void Rays, but he doesn't have the gas. He hasn't taken the 4th gas at his natural expansion, and his main expansion from that attack, he has not retaken the gas in them, so he only has 4 probes mining gas. That's not good.
And you look at the income, Terran got almost 3 times as much in gas income and almost twice as much mineral income. And they're both on 2 bases.
And he did go for the full air style as well. He's showing off now.
Oh, that's a lot of Banshees. Getting some Vikings to keep those Banshees alive.
And do we have a number on the number of people watching right now? I'd just like to give everyone a big thank you for viewing.
I do not have a number right now at this exact moment. Let me check. Ooh.
Be right back momentarily.
Alright. Alright. Bleeking deciding to break up these rocks, be able to easily take this base then down here. Ooh, 3 command centers now dropping mules. Very good. Like Anime Thema said, it's a good benchmark for Terran players. Can really start pumping out units like crazy. And I've even seen it where after you get 4 or 5 command centers, a Terran player might sacrifice his SCVs so he can get a bigger army.
That is true. That's something you want to do in bio as well as mech, and a lot of people don't realize this. It's just as important in bio to get those macro orbitals in the late game. They are so useful. When you can cut your SCV count, that's how you beat Protoss. Against Storms, against Colossus, you just need to have the sheer numbers of being able to rely only on mules and SCVs mining gas.
Yeah, every advantage you can get against the Protoss, they're just so naturally strong.
Oh, and speaking of naturally strong, we are now up to 10 Banshees. 10 Banshees. Whoa. We got 7 Vikings here. Ravens thrown in, although I would like to see some more Ravens. Missile is infinitely useful against Void Rays. Void Rays naturally clump when they fire.
And there's a lot of stalkers out there. You can put up a point defense drone. And
oh yeah, that's a very good point. Hopefully the Raven doesn't get picked off before that. Because as I said before, Banshees are extremely fragile. But does he have an observer with him? He does not have an observer. This is going to be devastating. As soon as he walks into this third, the Banshees fly up, he cannot do a thing.
Yeah, he's only got one observer in his nest.
It's in his base, yeah.
Okay, moving in to take out this third. Let's see. Terran player reacts. Let's see if the Raven does anything. Yep,
Here we go. Oh, and he does put the point defense drone. Very well played. Decimated.
Ooh, that made that battle pretty much one-sided.
That was. Protoss just lost everything. Let's look at the resources lost tab. Yeah, Protoss is over double the resources lost of our Terran player. And our Terran player is taking the gold. He's up to 5 bases. Although if he's not careful, he's going to lose his fourth. He lifts it just in time, but I don't think he can repair. And
no, I don't. He's got 20 seconds or so.
It's not a complete wash for our Protoss player. He did get a command. Oh, will he save it with the mules?
Oh, wow.
Just in the nick of time.
And the command center is finished on the gold minerals. All of those mules dropped on those gold minerals. Zyklon trying to protect his third base, moving out into a more defendable area.
Now let's see if he can hold on to it. He's adding additional gateways. What do we have? Oh, and he added additional stargates. He's going for 2 Phoenix at a time now. Well, I mean, if there's any way to combat air, this is it. But, I mean, we've already got our Viking count up to... I mean, it's up to 16. What do you do against this?
Oh, he's gonna... If he can really micro out those Phoenixes and keep them out of range of those Vikings... Because Phoenix range does outrange Vikings, does it not?
I think so. I think so. I think I'd have to see. It's not very often that you get into this scenario in TVP. Vikings versus Phoenix, I mean, is not a common composition to fight each other.
Alright, big battle going on here. Throwing out some
Wow.
fence drones.
Still only in the main base.
All those Banshees just getting free shots.
No, this is a good style when you get an early advantage in the game. The problem when going air, if you want to try to go air right off the bat, is when it's hard. If you get an early advantage, you can just snowball out of control, as we're seeing here with point defense drones, making everything else pretty much useless. And game is called.
Zyklon taps out.